Okay, welcome to this video. Today I want to teach you something about sales. How can you really improve your sales and the results for your business? Now the reason I want to make this video is because we see so many people online selling, great scripts. Get my script and you will get a lot of sales. And yes, partly that is true, right? We need to have the proper wording and we need to know what we're selling. But honestly, there are two things, or actually three things, which are much more important. So this is part of a little series of videos where I'm going to be talking about sales. How can we really get the best results? And today I want to talk about your mindset. And mindset might not be something that you think about when it comes to sales straight away. But it is so important. If you don't have the proper mindset, if you don't take care of your mindset and you go into sales, you will either get talked down in price a lot, or they will just simply say no. So the first part of mindset that we really need is to have the abundance mindset. And an abundance mindset means that it doesn't matter what financial situation you're in. Even if you don't have enough money to pay your rent for the next week, right? If you go into a meeting thinking, oh, I have to close this because otherwise I'm not gonna have enough money for next week, they will see this in the meeting, right? They will see, oh, he's so eager, which means either the product is shit or I can easily talk about him like, hey, sure, but let's do half of the price that you're saying. So the abundance mindset basically means, take it or leave it. I don't need you. And if we don't have that mindset, we're not going to get the proper results. And this is in meetings, but it's also when you're doing cold calls. If you're doing cold calls or whatever type of outreach, and they can sense that you are, really eager to get them because you really need them, that you have the scarcity mindset, you will simply not get the results. Now the question is, of course, if you're in a shitty situation, if you don't have the money for next week's rent, how can we make sure to get the abundance mindset? And the first one is, you may have guessed it, it is meditation. So in one of my previous videos, I actually talk about meditation. So if you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out because it is a game changer. Meditation will help us focus on the present, right? It will not, we often think about what if, right? So meditation on the present. So in a meeting, in a call, we think about one thing, which is the call, the meeting, closing this. And by not thinking about the potential consequences, we will change our mindset. Another thing is finding our triggers. We all have triggers. We have triggers when something happens. Maybe we hear a certain sound that brings us back to our childhood. When we hear a voice which resembles the voice of our father or mother, it brings up certain feelings. Another trigger is actually a pretty funny one. They've seen that with waitresses, if they accidentally or on purpose touch the hand of the clients throughout the day, they will actually get a higher tip because it all triggers a certain emotion. So what we have to find out is how can we trigger our abundance mindset, right? For some people, it might be watching a certain video, maybe even a motivational video. It might be listening to certain music. It might be, doing a little workout. Figure out for you what triggers your abundance mindset and really think about, okay, be confident. And that's actually the second part of mindset. You have to be confident in yourself, in your abilities. Whatever you're selling, you know that you're good. And, sales is about you providing a service that other people need, right? And you being good at service delivery. So I urge you all to make sure that you know that what you are selling is really good and believe in yourself. And since a lot of you probably do digital marketing, if you are a bit younger, it's sometimes, I've spoken to a lot of young entrepreneurs, digital marketers, and I often hear, hey, why would they trust me? I'm only 18 years old. I'm only 19, that's great. You're 19 years old. You grew up with a smartphone in your hand. You understand social media like no one else. So if you're talking to a 40-year-old, right, you can blow them away with your knowledge because you are knowledgeable. You grew up with it. So we have to be confident. And there's one thing that we can always be confident at, and that is the fact that we can learn. Whatever situation we're in, we can learn. I had a meeting about 2 weeks ago now where basically I got destroyed by the business owner. He saw through me. That hasn't happened to me for a long time, right? He saw through me and after 5 minutes said, hey, Bob, I'm not going to hire you. That's shit. Of course, I tried a lot of things, but it happens. We don't always get wins. And what I then thought is, okay, so I'll ask for feedback. I said, okay, well, it's a really shame. Can you please tell me why? And what did I do to trigger this reaction for you? And we had a really cool conversation for 30 more minutes where I learned a lot. So you can always be confident because you can always learn. So again, we need to have the abundance mindset. I don't need you. We need to be confident. Like, hey, I know that I can do this, and I know that I'm very knowledgeable. And the third mindset is the growth mindset. And the growth mindset is I can always learn. So I think that is so much more important than having the proper script, because you can have the best script in the world, but if you don't have the mindset to go along with it, if you don't, and you can hear it, right? You can hear it in your voice, in the way people sit. You can just see it if someone's confident or not. If I would be talking to you guys right now with, well, I think that mindset might be, it's important, right? You don't believe me, right? I know that mindset is important. I know that I've done this for a long time. I'm confident in this, right? I know for a fact that it's true, and that's why I can speak in a way where you can see that you can probably believe me because of the way I speak. So it all has to do with mindset, and once we've mastered our mindset, we're gonna go into tonality. And that is what the next video is gonna be about, how tonality will really, really completely change the way that you close your meetings. So I'll see you in that video.